Hello everyone, happy Friday. I'm all screwed up because I have a few days off. Um, but it is officially my weekend, so you know what that means. Today is butterscotch creamer with Splenda and a ton of ice. And of course the unfinished basement. So I thought today, I was looking back at our friend Foodie Beauty, Chantal Marie Big Beautiful Me's channel, and I couldn't find a whole lot of content. There was a couple live streams, one of which she looked like a superhero, sort of, like kind of a Boris and Natasha makeup thing. And then she did like a keto friendly sort of video with like a bunless double cheeseburger and some pickles. And then there was like a haul. So since there wasn't a whole lot there to really react to, I thought for maybe something a little bit different, I would do a compare and contrast and try to, balance her versus one other YouTuber. And I'll admit up front, this other YouTuber is someone that I'm not as familiar with as I am Chantal, but I had enough information from things I had seen either in reaction channels or this person's channel as a primary source to do a little bit of comparing. So prior to that, I just want to show you my cute hat that my nephew got me. Be buddies, not bullies. Might seem ironic. Oh well. So we're going to go forward and compare and contrast Chantal with Amberlynn Reid. I've never spoken much about Amberlynn Reid. I'm moderately familiar with her channel, like I said. I know that her life is an ongoing saga. So I have that much going. By the way, I cut all my hair off because it's too goddamn hot to be self-conscious either. So, both of these women are YouTubers with decent followings. Now, Amberlynn has about 3 times as many subscribers. Chantal has about 55,000. And I believe Amberlynn has more like 120, 130,000. They are both plus-sized women. Chantal comes in when she shows her weight. And again, let me preface all of this. They've both had their honesty called into question quite a bit. In the comment sections, in reaction videos, people have showed up with the receipts and shown side-by-sides where contradictions have come up. You can call them inconsistencies to be polite, but, if you say one thing and do another, it's a lie. But as far as their weight goes, Chantal has disclosed somewhere around 380, 370 to 390 in that range, and Amberlynn, at this point, is probably edging towards 600. When I first started watching her videos, she was probably in the high 3s, and then just within the last year, her weight seemed to have gone up even more. She's like super morbidly obese, I think. Medically at this point, that's what that would qualify as. So they both have mobility issues. Chantal is discussing getting a walker in one of her last videos where she can sit, so when she's moving she can rest. Amberlynn walks very rarely. I'll get to that in a little bit. And she uses the mobility scooter when she goes out. In the videos where you do see her walking, it looks very strained. It looks like she's having a very difficult time doing it. They both love Torrid and Torrid hauls. Now, Amberlynn loves a Torrid haul more than everyone. And when people write in videos most requested, nobody cares. Like, I don't even know who's requesting all that. But at any rate, Torrid is plus-size clothes for women. You can get it online, but they do have storefronts. Somebody let me know. And they're not bad-looking clothes. I do observe that I think Chantal fits into clothing. There's more of a variety of clothing that Chantal can fit into rather than Amberlynn. It looks like from the last, I caught up on about 3 to 6 months of videos. I didn't watch 3 to 6 months of videos. I was picking through those, looking at the titles, and then watching probably like every 3rd or 4th video as it went on, but from the 100-day weight challenge forward. And clothing-wise, she's wearing dresses as shirts with leggings. She lives in a part of America that gets pretty hot. It's 90 degrees out here today, so she doesn't look... I can't imagine that's comfortable. So I would imagine, and she's said in other videos that she's uncomfortable with her body. She'd go to visit, I think, Becky's family and cover herself in a blanket. That was in her Struggles Being Me video. So, yeah, I guess... if you get too big for Torrid, I'm not sure what happens. I don't know where you go after that. But they both love some Torrid. So they're both off and on weight loss journeys, sort of. They become a weight loss channel, then they're not a weight loss channel, then they are a weight loss channel, then they're not. Now Chantal in her way, sort of makes an effort to try something maybe every 2 weeks and then disappears for a few days, which is where she may be now. And then comes back with maybe an apology. I fell off the wagon. She has what some people have identified as a cycle that she'll go through with her eating. I'm an addict, not active at the moment. But addiction has cycles. I see bits and pieces of that going definitely through some of what Chantal goes through. Whether it's put upon herself, whether she does it to herself, whether it's an addiction, a disease, if she's just a glutton. I'm not weighing in on that part. But whatever's causing it, it's going on. So, and I see some of her behaviors in myself. Me at my worst, her at now. So, you know, I feel for her. I can't reach her, but I can feel for her. Whereas Amberlynn, on the other hand, has gained roughly 200 pounds in the last year. So any attempt at weight control or changes in diet or activity, Amberlynn's not succeeding. She's doing the opposite in a very fast way. Coming up on 600 pounds is a lot. I remember I watched 600 Pound Life a lot, and I like Dr. Nowzaradan because he's compassionate, but he's not bullshitting anybody. And from the math I can pick up that he does, it seems like if someone weighs like 500 pounds, he says they're eating 5,000 calories a day to maintain that weight. If they're eating, 4,000 calories, then they're probably around 400 pounds. So if she's around 600 pounds, Amberlynn's probably eating around 6,000 calories. But probably more, because to get to 6,000, or to get to 600 from like 400, you've got to really overeat to get there. So the binge is real. She may not identify it as a problem yet, or she might and be very like blasé about it. But girl eats a lot. She eats a lot. So speaking of, they both eat on camera. They do I always say mukbang because I got it wrong for so long that I just keep saying it wrong. And eat on camera. Chantal does the eating on camera. She's said in the past, during a couple rants where I think she caught flack for it, that she said, if I'm going to eat something bad, I might as well turn the camera on and make a little money off of it. That's more than fair. I've said in the past, if I thought I could pull 200,000 subscribers by just sitting here and eating a gallon of yogurt, you can believe I would cut this video off right now and start doing that. It's tempting. I mean, isn't it? I mean, how much more simple is that? I don't have to prepare anything. I don't have to do anything. I could sit here and talk about who cares, because I think, is it feeders? They'll watch anything. They would probably call the Indian restaurant around the corner and send me the takeout so they could watch me eat it. So it's tempting, I could see. It's a moneymaker. So Chantal does that. I've watched Amberlynn's and they're just, I don't know. They're not quite the same. They're a little more, I say this with all the love and compassion I could have for another person. They're a little more unappealing. Not that I find mukbangs appealing, but Chantal looks like she's eating, I think. Maybe a little quickly, but, she's eating. Amberlynn looks like she's scarfing, if that's a word. I'm not trying to say that she's disgusting. I'm not trying to lay comments on that, but she seems to eat in a more aggressive way, I guess. I don't know. But when you have what appears to be a bad relationship with food, that might just come part and parcel with it. So they both have used clickbait or other people's names in the title of videos. And so have I. The name of this video. Of course, how would you know who I'm talking about if I don't mention their names? I guess that's part of it too. So guilty as charged. I've done it as well. But Chantal did a video one time that I watched, and I thought, this is such horse crap. It was called, I think I'm getting this right, Eugenia Cooney. Now, anyone who doesn't know who Eugenia Cooney is, she's an extremely thin, I don't know if it's been addressed why, but I have my suspicions, woman who's, in my opinion, her mother's exploiting her some sort of illness, and she's got like 1.5 million subscribers, and she does a lot of fashion and makeup, and she has a very full head of hair for what I suspect might be going on with her. And she compared it to her, I think, trying to draw parallels about eating disorders. She didn't quite sync it with that. So it was just to get people who know who Eugenia Cooney is to click on her videos. I mean, that's the game, sort of, I guess. Amberlynn did one just recently, seeing a psychiatrist. There was almost nothing in there about that. So, oh God. And then the psychiatrist video, Amberlynn. She was walking. That's a challenge for her. This is not a love-hate judgment thing. It's if you're almost 600 pounds, I don't care if she's a lying sack of crap or an angel, it's hard to walk. It's hard to walk when you're that big. She's twice my highest weight, and I've lost 100 pounds in the last like 2 years. So it's a challenge for her. I'm not going to take that away from her. You know, even if personality-wise, she's not my cup of tea. So, you know, I feel for her with that. You know, I have had problems with being disabled for different reasons. And, you know, it's tough. Of course, mine wasn't put upon myself, arguably. But, at any rate. And I have a little bit of a soft spot for both of them, I guess. I'm a sucker. You can just put it right here. There's a lot of room, actually. You can write it all the way around. But, you know, I kind of feel for them. They both have interesting romantic partners, Becky and BB. BB is with Chantal. He's not on camera much. She talks about him in passing. He was on once, and I think she got a lot of feedback, probably unkind, and about probably what people think about their relationship. And she took the comments down and said he'll never do it again. That, like most things, will probably change. Becky is a really active part of Amberlynn's channel. I have, like, no comment on their relationship. If it works, there's a lid for every pot. I don't know what else to say. Enough said. So, lastly, my predictions. Both of these folks could have good outcomes. And I've said this about Chantal because usually I just weigh in on her. I've seen sicker people than Chantal get better. I've seen bigger people, I mean, if only on TV, bigger people than Amberlynn get better. But I think what would be helpful for both of them, and again, I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm not a therapist, I'm just some guy with a cheap camera on the internet, so grain of salt. But I think a total personality shift is necessary for that kind of stuff to happen. And then the weight loss will follow after that. And I think at the core of that personality change is what most people have observed. Hundreds of thousands of people aren't wrong when they say, get honest. Get honest with yourself. It'll be easier to get honest with other people. You know in the privacy of your own mind, and I'm speaking to both of you directly, even though, like I said, you're never going to see this. You know in the privacy of your mind whether or not you're full of shit. So if you don't know whether or not you're full of shit, run, don't walk to a therapist. But try to, if you can, get honest with yourself. And then you'll be able to get honest with other people. Amberlynn looked like she was doing the right thing by herself, and good God, she almost got support for a brief period of time. And then there was just like, some dishonesty and not following through and then putting up old videos, and it's the same old crap. People get burned out by all that stuff. If you can't tell by the fact that there's 1,000 thumbs up and 4,000 thumbs down, granted your haters are feeding you because it's monetized, and Chantal could, say as much too. But, there's getting attention for all the wrong reasons. Is it worth dying over? I don't know. People have. That wouldn't be news. It would be sad, but you wouldn't be the first person to do it. So I guess in going down this list, there's pros and cons to both of them. Again, I am obscenely naive when it comes to supporting people. I wouldn't label myself as an enabler, but as soon as someone says, I want to give it a try, I want to try to get better, I usually get behind them 100%, because you don't know which attempt is going to be the time a person starts. So cautiously optimistic when either one of these two say they're going to try to get back on the wagon. But we shall see. So, thank you all for watching. Please do subscribe and give me a thumbs up. You can follow Mark and I on Facebook at SmokeySteveAndMarc, or on Instagram at SmokeySteveAndMarc, one word. Make sure to hit the bell so you get the alerts. We're good for a video a day, sometimes two. And we will catch up with y'all soon. Happy Friday. Bye.